on, bro.
What? You got something to say? No? Okay. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another installment of No Place Like Homaha. I'm your host, JD Wonder, alongside Nick Hendricks and Mikey Love. And how about them cocks, boys?
Yeah.
How
Bro.
about them cocks?
Boxers slinging.
You can't send
Horny
me to
jail
horny
for
jail.
the both
No.
of you.
Well,
Horny jail for the both of you.
Never
It is
again.
called Game Coots. That's how we pronounce it on here. This
Okay.
is
Kooks.
The
this is
Game
a
Kooks.
PG-13 podcast.
Sure.
Sure.
Game Kooks on the weekend, though.
As you come out here
Thursday,
just saying
Friday,
cock.
Saturday, playing against Florida, number 6 seed, taking on number 3 seed in that scenario, and they swept them. First game winning, I think, was it 13-3?
13-3 and 7.
Yep.
5-2 for the second game, and then 7-5 yesterday. Close it out.
Absolutely nasty.
Ooh.
I believe we also had
Ooh.
another sweep on the weekend. Who else swept?
Georgia swept Arkansas, which is huge.
Another big SEC opponent. SEC
Yeah, and
matchup.
Texas got swept by Oklahoma.
That they did. The Red River was tough for the Horns this weekend.
Horns down, baby. Yupper-roonies.
What is this
Get
podcast right now?
wrecked.
It's a Texas and Iowa hate podcast is what it is, always.
All right.
I will say, though, you do like to see Wake Forest dropping the first on the pit.
That is true.
And then they
Lose
got
to an
mad
unranked
and took
opponent.
it personally and said 23-4. There you go.
I turned that game on yesterday
Big yikes.
before we were getting ready to go out, and I was like, "Oh, Wake Forest Pitt, this should be fun." I looked at the score. This was in the 8th, and it was 21-2. I was like,
yeah. It
How
was
are they
fun.
still playing? Was it just another scenario like Washington where it was like, let's just see how many points we could score or how many runs we can score in the game? You know?
It was
All
a
right, now
dominating performance.
freaking Wichita State is putting it on East Carolina.
Damn.
Yeah,
That
but
is-
it's about that time where East Carolina starts to fall off.
Well, when they actually face, like, I feel like
Fair.
a decent opponent, because right now Wichita State's up 5-0. They still have the bases loaded with one out. It's been a
but it
revolving
seems like
door
every
around there.
year East Carolina always makes it into like the top 15, and then right around the conference tournament they start to go, and then
Well,
they
it's
win the
because they-
conference tournament.
In all honesty, it's because they win their conference all the time. That's it.
They can get
That's
to
it,
the supers and then they can't get out. That's the biggest thing that was Coastal Carolina's downfall for 2 years was they kept getting to they kept making the tournament, but they just couldn't get past it. Finally, once they got to the supers, they were able to get past it. But East Carolina has had multiple opportunities to get to a series winning game, and then they just choke and they can't ever get out. Their offense goes quiet. Bullpen just lets up a lot of runs. So it'll be
Mhm.
How about that Coastal team though?
they're
West Carolina.
Coastal's on a hot streak right now. Coastal's trying to whip through some
Well,
games.
they've been playing Southern Miss this weekend, and I don't know how that series looks.
They won yesterday. They're up freaking 7-8 right now. 8-7, sorry.
Hmm.
Dang it.
Yeah.
7-6. I'm tired.
Coastal's on a 5-game win streak right now, and I mean
You're
they've
on a
got
5-game win streak.
Right.
indeed. But I mean, Coastal's biggest thing is they just need to keep the momentum. They had a big win against Old Dominion for a series, which was not good for Mikey, but good for.
What do you
Coastal.
mean? The last loss for Coastal was Old Dominion. So by
Yeah.
the transitive property, we're goaded. How's Texas? Yeah, horns down, buddy.
They hold on here. They still
Horns
Just
down,
took that
lost
so
the
buddy.
series.
personally. He just
He
so
got
personally.
so heated so fast. April 14th, 8-5 loss to Old Dominion. Then
That's the
series
last
win in
loss.
a 15-2 game, and then a 4-2 game. Coming into this weekend versus Southern Miss, you had 15-7, and then you had 20-7 yesterday. So now,
Okay.
and you said what? They're up 8 right now.
7-6.
7-6. All right. So there's potentially a series sweep here coming for Coastal. They don't have a pushover anymore. They got Wake Forest coming into town, and then they've got.
Dubs.
Well, they're looking to try to do it.
Imagine Wake gets swept.
Yeah, Wake gets swept in the midweek games by Coastal because they took
Yeah,
one
damn.
away from it early at the gear. Coastal Carolina, though, when it comes to ranked opponents this year, has been on fire. I mean, they took
Already
one
beat
L.
Wake the first time they played them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
and
took-
also coming to Lamar's as well. They were they come out of nowhere every week too. It seems like in those midweek games.
Yeah, Lamar just comes up with big upsets. I mean, I think looking at all these small teams that are able to do that, I love it because like Coastal Carolina right now, if you want to look at strength of schedule, they've got a decent strength of schedule because they had an NC State team that was ranked 21 back in February. They took a big loss to them. They ended up getting a full 2 out of 3 games against Creighton, and then they beat Wake Forest, who was ranked at 25 or ranked at 5, I believe, at that point. So you got a big win there. Win against a ranked Campbell team who we
Took
all
the series against Campbell, technically 2 out of 3.
Yeah. And so Campbell now took an L to them. They had a Texas State team who Texas State not ranked, but Texas State
They
offensively
might have been
very,
at the
very
time.
good.
They might have been at the time
They were
because
receiving
they snuck
votes at the
in. They're
time,
like
at
a
least.
24.
Yeah. They have a North Carolina team that they beat, who North Carolina at the time ranked 13th. They've got lost to a Clemson team who's still decently heavy in the ACC. Georgia Southern, you had a full series win. I mean, they've got a lot of great wins on this schedule right now, and I'm looking at how can they come out of the Sun Belt. I think you could put Coastal Carolina potentially winning the
They're
Sun
one.
Belt for a back year. Yeah, they're one
They're
now.
one right now. They're one in their side. Troy's one in the other. You know,
Yep.
who's second on Coastal side?
Dominion.
Them Lions, baby. What do they do?
Them.
Them what?
We should just send a petition to Old Dominion and say, please, for the Homaha podcast, change your name
That show
from
gets
Monarchs
shot
to the
down
Lions.
so fast.
I know.
They're not the Monarchs, bro. They're the Lions.
They are the Monarchs, bro.
Can Coastal Carolina be the Blue Cocks?
Yes, sir.
The blue cock, the teal.
Blue Cocks.
It'd be the teal cocks.
Teal is real.
I want it to be blue.
Wow.
No, it's blue balls, Mikey. Blue balls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Horny Joe. I told you the Speedy 13
Unbelievable.
podcast, and
You
you're
can't
over
put
here
me in there
dropping
twice. No.
I can actually. Solitary. See you bye.
Well, you have no proof, and you don't know what I look like. So good luck finding
There
me.
you
You
go.
literally just said blue balls.
Good luck
Goodbye.
finding me.
I literally just dropped you off an hour ago.
Yep. Good luck finding me.
I want to. One game that I want to talk about this weekend, or at least one series, Tennessee Vanderbilt. That game had fireworks. If you have not seen this play, well, I don't know about actually, but I mean, this game had defense all day long. If you haven't seen the play, I believe it's from like Friday. Shortstop or second baseman for Vanderbilt comes up, makes a diving stop up the middle to save a base hit going to the outfield, and pulls one of these like highlight reel.
He flips it to him.
Yeah, he flips it to the shortstop coming across, who says, "Oh shit, hot potato," and just chucks it across the infield. First baseman picks it out. And I mean, this batter for Tennessee was flying down the line. So, best defensive play of the year, best defensive play that I've seen in how long? 1,000%.
All right. I believe Tennessee did take that first game against Vanderbilt. I don't know how Saturday or Sunday played out, and they might also play later today since we're recording this at 2:30 on a Sunday.
You're at 2:30.
So
I'm looking to see looking to see how the schedule went here for Vandy.
Yeah, you see Tennessee dropped out.
Yeah, Tennessee is
They
now no
finally
longer in the top
did, yeah.
25.
I mean,
And
to be honest, they can always just kind of hang around that just outside to slash like 22.
They've actually
25
Vanderbilt's already
because-
lost the series to Tennessee.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Tennessee is looking
That'll
for a
probably
close
put
right
them
there.
back in the top 25 then. Because I feel
Vanderbilt
like
in.
it's just
Vanderbilt's
it's a
like
rotating
fourth. What are you talking
door.
about?
No, Tennessee.
Tennessee getting back into the top 25. I feel
Why
like
did Tennessee get back in? Oh, because they beat.
if they took 2 out
Yeah.
of 3, at least,
Potential sweep coming.
potential sweep. Yeah, I was going to say, like, if it's always that 22 through 25 is just kind of a revolving door.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Because you
Oregon's
have
in
at
there
one point you
again,
had Grand
UCLA 's
Canyon,
in there again. Southern Miss is in
Canyon
there
down.
again.
UCLA.
Oh my god.
Mhm. Yeah, it's just like all those kind of different,
Well, and
schools
what's
that
funny
kind of rotate
about
out.
what's kind of funny about that is you don't really see I mean, you will see it here and there, but you don't see like a lot of the big names coming through that door. All you see like teams like Boston College came in that
that are
door
just
a couple weeks
on
ago.
the outside. Mm-hmm.
And Boston College now, I believe yesterday, I'm going to look at it here, but Boston College had a big weekend against North Carolina coming, which we talked about in the last episode. I mean, Boston College is playing very good baseball. I mean, they just have an offense that can get on base and produce runs. They may not have the best power in the ACC, but at the moment they're 26-12 on a 2-game streak here right now. So they have the series against North Carolina. They won 9 8 and 10 innings on Friday, 9-4 yesterday. I mean, and then looking for the sweep potentially this afternoon. So it's one of those things where, like I was saying, you look at the back of this revolving door. UTSA is now in there. You had Southern Miss in there. Like all these not really big name schools. Like even you could say Oregon for baseball in the last couple of years. They've been getting a bigger name, but they're not as prominent when it comes to the baseball side of things. UCLA is sitting there, but UCLA is very well known.
I mean, well, they're the Pac-12, so they're irrelevant according to Mikey.
They're irrelevant.
So. Anyways, without further ado.
That's quick. You're just hoppity, hippity, scoopity, jumping.
Pimp shades are on because big pimpin' player of the week.
You look like you're about to go play poker.
Yeah, because I'm big pimpin'.
Pimps don't play poker.
Pimps do what they want.
No, they don't.
Take your shirt off, but leave your sunglasses on.
Gatorade ain't blood no shit. Anyways, so this
Let's have
week,
a Donnybrook.
We are gonna
Let's have a Donnybrook.
Stop.
You
we're gonna give it out to Jack Wagner. He is from Tarleton Baseball. During the week, he had a game where he was 5 for 5 at the plate, as well as hitting .571 on the week with 8 hits, 7 RBIs, and 3 home runs. On that Friday game he played, he was 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs, 2 triples, and 2 home runs. So I would say he's pretty good with it. Not gonna lie to you.
He's good with the stick.
I'd say definitely that Friday game separated him from the pack and gives him that big pimpin' player. Week/weekend.
The big pimpin' performances were out this weekend.
It is true, and it was kind of tough to choose because all around, like, it was high scoring affairs. There were a lot of teams, like with those sweeps and stuff. You could have easily picked one of the game kooks. Was it the game kooks, right?
Yeah,
could have picked one of them pretty easily. But yeah, you had stellar performances. But I believe, Jack Wagner kind of
when you hit
that award for this week. When you have 2 triples and 2 home runs in a game, that's pretty dang impressive.
Yeah, you don't get much better than that. I think the one thing to kind of go back with that too is just when you look at how this weekend played out and you had a couple of the upsets. I mean, the SEC world kind of got rocked because you had Tennessee potentially sweeping Vandy today, which is a top-ranked 4th team in the nation, potentially going to get kicked out to the bottom half of the top 10. You have a Florida team who got swept and demolished by this incredibly, incredibly hot offense of South Carolina, led by Ethan Perry.
I mean, top 5.
South Carolina needs to be on that top 5 list.
Well, but then you also got
so much.
I mean, granted, that was going to be, I feel like it was a lot farther away than we thought it was going to be, but at the same time, it's still 2 really closely ranked opponents playing each other. Yeah. But what was surprising, too, was Georgia.
Yeah, you had all 3 from 3 to 5, and Florida being 3, Vandy 4, Arkansas 5, potentially, depending on how this Tennessee game goes this afternoon, all 3 of those top 5 teams could go down with a sweep.
Wow.
Well,
and then would we see them drop, though?
Kentucky lost the series too.
Who did?
Kentucky did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kentucky lost the SEC this weekend was hit like a gauntlet. I mean, it was Alabama was playing Missouri yesterday, or for the weekend.
And currently winning 10-5.
There you go.
In the bottom of the 8th.
Nice.
I think when you look at the SEC for trying to get into the tournament, because there's a lot of teams that are still on that outside bubble, trying to knock on the door to get in. Georgia, you could say, is one of those teams. Missouri is definitely the biggest one there because, I mean, they've just been bit by the injury bug this year so much to where they have, they're having to produce lineups to just even play games. So, I mean, the SEC is going to be interesting to see how this tournament goes because you have a team like LSU who's just running the board with everybody. You've got South Carolina who now has power beyond belief. I mean, this is the hottest offense in the country at the moment. It's one of the best scoring offenses as well. And then you've got teams like Vanderbilt who we talked about them at the beginning of the year where we weren't very impressed with their schedule. Now they bounce back and come through. But, I mean, they're still able to drop a couple of series. They're not going to be unbeatable. Arkansas is the same way. Florida now with Ganglion yesterday, he's been their top arm. coming out for starts. And for the past 2 games, he's just been kind of not able to find the strike zone very much. He is throwing wild and getting hit around. So, I mean, Florida now has to kind of look to say, all right, where do we go from here? So I think the SEC, besides LSU being the sole top at the moment, it's pretty it's very unlocked. You don't have a specific team that's ready to win it all yet.
I agree with that.
Would like to point out that Notre Dame has won the series against Virginia. FY.
Wow.
Nice. Good. Yeah, we got a lot of shakeup this week. This just shows that there's like no team that's just going to be
safe.
It's always going to be just a battle all around. There's going to be chinks in the armor, that kind of stuff. It's just even last year too. You had that Tennessee team that was one of the favorites, and they get upset by Notre Dame
Supers.
Yeah. So I mean, like all around, and that's why we love baseball. But
the crazy thing is, you still have 3 weeks left.
True.
Until conference tournament.
So even the tournament, yep.
And I mean, with that, it's where are some of these non-power fives going to sneak in? Like UConn, I don't think is going to be a team that gets kicked out anytime soon. They're on a pretty big win streak right now.
Really good last year too.
Yeah, I mean, they have the same. I believe they pretty much have some of the same bullpen guys that they had last year because that was their biggest part of their run.
They got that White Rhino guy still.
I think so.
I think his name. What do they call him? The White Rhino.
Yeah.
But the albino rhino.
Yeah, albino rhino. That's what it was. But UConn is looking strong. Like I'm thoroughly impressed with this UConn team. I think last year the biggest thing that was their downfall was just the region that they got put in, and then they tried to break out of it, and I believe they did.
They did. They lost in the Supers.
Yeah, who did they lose?
If you think about it, though, there's nobody really in the Big East.
No, that is true. There's not really. I mean, Creighton's okay.
Maybe,
but I mean, yeah, realistically though, that's not going to be.
I mean, you got St. John's, Xavier, Georgetown, Villanova, Seton Hall is okay every now and then. Butler, Creighton.
Yeah, they're always going to be more of a basketball conference than they're going to be.
The competition right now is Connecticut and in that conference.
Mm-hmm. Well, last year you also saw teams like Texas State, Coastal, Georgia Southern was a host site. Texas State was a host site. Like you had all these smaller teams that found a way to sneak into the top 16 national seed. This year, to me, I don't think that you're going to get very many of those because the way that you're looking at it now is as of now, here's your top 16 if the season stopped today. It would be LSU, Wake Forest as 1 and 2, Florida 3, Vandy 4, and like I said, this is before all the losses from this weekend are taken into consideration. Arkansas, South Carolina, East Carolina, Virginia, Stanford, Coastal, Campbell, Louisville, Kentucky, Texas, UConn, and then Texas Tech would be your top 16 national seeds. After everything that has happened this week flip out, I still think you see 90% of that stay the same of who would be 16 national seeds. But I'm thinking that Florida, Vandy, Arkansas move back. You have South Carolina hop up in there. Virginia's going to get bounced. Coastal, I would say, could possibly get into the top 10 and be sitting as a middle team as well, depending on how Campbell's. Well, no, I'm saying crack into the top 10, instead of just sitting at 10 and being at the top 10, get into a 6 or 7 spot. Virginia, to me, I think that would be good.
Lost the series, so they should.
At Stanford,
didn't they lose last week too? I don't know. I don't like Stanford, bro.
You don't like the Pac-12.
They're split right
That's
now
true.
in Washington.
Who is Stanford?
Yes, and they'll play tonight at freaking 12 o'clock probably.
Yes, West Coast.
You can always count the Pac-12 being just on.
Like Stanford lost the series to Oregon last week. They played a 4-game against Oklahoma for some reason the weekend prior. I don't know. Stanford doesn't strike me as dominant.
But they're always going to be that sneaky team.
I don't think they should be top 10. I mean, their best wins are. The best win so far is Oregon State. Because they split with Texas Tech. They lost a series to Oregon. They're split right now with Washington. They have UCLA next week, Arizona State. The Pac-12 just is not. Oh, God, bro. I'm not going on this rant. They're just not good.
I think if you want to look at a conference to replace in dominance here, that's kind of catching
Any.
Well, yes,
Any.
but I'm thinking the ACC this year has had a lot of teams just start coming out of the woodwork and
Yeah.
and the
But that's
ACC
how it's
usually
always
has
been, though.
they've got like
It's always
Louisville,
been
North
SEC
Carolina.
1 for everything, ACC 2, and then the Big 12 and Big 10 interchange.
Mhm.
And then there's the nobody wanted child Pac-12.
Yeah.
Looking at the Big Ten,
It's really the Power 4.
Nebraska Huskers are
Think about it.
leading the pack.
There we go.
Yeah, the
And
non-competitive Big 10.
didn't Nebraska have Cam Chick for baseball?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, he transferred to Missouri then because I was watching. Unless that is a different Cam Chick. Cam Chick is now at Missouri because I watched him have an at bat yesterday. That could be a
Timothy
potential.
Jones?
Is he Timothy Jones?
Yeah.
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
But Cam Chick at Nebraska was pretty dominant. I mean,
losing,
this year,
maybe,
Max
yeah.
Anderson. Max Anderson's doing really well.
yeah.
But so looking then ahead to Thursday. Got
Thursday?
yeah.
Oh, fuck the
Thursday
midweeks, I guess.
because we got midweeks because we'll drop the pod after the midweeks anyways. So
Let's talk about them. Predictions.
we got Oregon State Grand Canyon. That's the one that
There
I
you
see.
go. Here we go. Pitter patter, get at her.
Tuesday, Boston College, Rhode Island, Coastal Carolina, Wake Forest. Okay, that actually pretty good.
Yeah, that'll be a good midweek.
Yeah.
Florida, North
Yeah.
Florida, East Carolina, NC State will also be a good matchup.
You got to point out the Tuesday game, Duke Campbell, because for some reason Duke just likes to dominate ranked teams during the midweek. Just want to throw that out there.
That they do. Duke is
Duke
sneaky
Campbell.
when it comes to a midweek win.
Yep. Virginia, Liberty, FAU, Miami, UNC, Wilmington, North
You say
Carolina.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Yep. I just did
That'll be-
Louisville, Kentucky.
State.
Texas Tech, Albany Christian, LSU, Nichols, Arkansas State, Missouri State,
That'll be a hard one.
Texas Southern Texas,
Competitive.
Gonzaga, Oregon, Fullerton, Arizona State, UCLA, LMU, California versus Stanford. That's it for ranked opponents on Tuesday.
Wednesday, there's not really.
Wednesday,
any.
Fullerton, Arizona State again. Like it's UMass and
Thursday,
Boston
you
College,
start
Appalachian State, Wake
Miami,
Forest.
Louisville,
Yep. So I was going to get
Texas
into
A&M, Arkansas.
Lamar does not have a ranked midweek game, so we are
Yeah,
nobody's
they're
on upset alert.
safe.
Nobody's on upset
Whoever
alert.
they're playing is on upset alert.
Houston. Lamar has
Upset.
Houston. Oh, speaking of which, as we keep going through the schedule, Josh, keep going through it. But I'm going to look at our good old teams to watch for.
Good
Holy
God.
shit! The Iona Gales are looking for 10 wins on the year. They are 9-26.
Wow.
on a
Yeah.
Goated.
How's Northwestern?
Goated. How's Northwestern
Northwestern?
doing?
Here, I
I'm
got
pretty
it.
sure they
That's
just
what we're
got
looking
swept.
for. Hold on.
But anyway,
I
anyways,
got this.
talking then ahead, we got Clemson, Boston College starting on Friday. LSU and Alabama, Missouri, Florida, Kentucky, and Vanderbilt. That'll be a good matchup to watch. Texas A&M, Arkansas, but that already started on Thursday. Auburn, South Carolina, Texas and TCU, Texas Tech, Kansas State, North Carolina, Virginia Tech.
6 and
Duke and Virginia,
27.
I talked about.
Yep. 6-28 now.
Not terrible.
3
And
games
then
skid
the
us
other
on that.
one is New Mexico State.
Arizona State plays Oregon, UCLA, Stanford, Arizona, Oregon State.
There's a lot of big series this weekend.
Yes. A lot of, again, we always look at the in-conference stuff because that's what we're doing right now. But yeah, a lot of those
What
ranked opponents
conference
playing
are
each
they
other.
in?
New Mexico
New
State?
Mexico State? Aren't they in the
Yeah.
Mountain West?
Should be.
Why are they Pac-12?
I think a team that could be on upset alert if you're going to go to the SEC. I think Alabama is going to have an interesting weekend against LSU.
Probably not.
Alabama
If they
has
take one game away from them, it'd be pretty cool. If
yeah,
they take 2 out of 3, that'd be impressive. And if they sweep, that'd be
yeah.
New
You're looking
Mexico
at
State's 18 and 15. Is this the right team?
yes.
It's
Wow.
not. They
Goated.
won their first 2 games. Who is it then?
New Mexico. It was just New Mexico.
No, I just pulled
No,
them
was
up.
it
They're
the
18
Mexico
and
State
15.
Lobos?
That's why I just pulled up. Who was the other team? God.
Was it? No, New Mexico State is the Aggies. New Mexico is the Lobos.
Oh. Well,
Okay.
New Mexico State's not in the Mountain West. So take your next pick. Fuck this. We're going to search them.
New Mexico State baseball. Here we go.
Oh, almost had that. Damn.
What?
Wichita State's still putting it on East Carolina.
Here we go.
They are in the Western Athletic Conference, and they are 9-26.
Whack.
Yeah.
They just got swept by Tarleton. Get wrecked.
Our boy, Jack Wagner.
Yeah,
Putting
Tarleton,
it on
baby. Tarleton. Where the
And
hell
then
is Tarleton?
On Tuesday,
Texas.
bro, they got a hard game against TBA.
To
Yeah.
TBA, man.
Yeah, watch
Oh,
out.
Oh, that's funny.
I see.
Yeah,
But right now it is 8-0,
me. First you.
and it's the
Militia.
6th inning. Yeah, it's bad. Oh,
Well,
you would get wrecked.
there's a lot of good series this week, and a lot of
Mhm.
chances for teams to get. I think Kentucky, after the way that Vanderbilt had their series go, which Vanderbilt I don't think still played very bad.
No.
Tennessee's
Vanderbilt's going to be
offense
pissed
is-
off.
Well, yeah, so Kentucky could, and this is going to be at home in Nashville, so Kentucky could have a tough weekend. But I think that
Pause.
they should.
What?
What?
Who's
It's
in Nashville?
Vanderbilt's at home.
Yeah, Vanderbilt's at
Vanderbilt's
home.
in Nashville?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. I think Boston College may have their hands full with
Didn't know
Clemson just to make sure they keep kind of on their way. I think that should be a pretty good series sweep for Boston College if they can get it. Otherwise, it should be an easy series win. I just think that with the momentum that they have going, they need to be able to keep it. So if there would be a skid or kind of a trip-up game, I think Clemson would be that team to give them some fits.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Clemson historically has not been a bad program. They've been here
No.
the past few years before, well, at least within the last 10.
yeah,
So,
Clemson has been a team that just they seem to like to give people fits. It's kind of like Duke in the middle of the week playing anybody ranked.
Hmm.
And then,
all right.
yeah, that's pretty much it. I think East Carolina needs a bounce back series against Tulane.
No. The Green
Yes.
Wave is going to overcome them.
Sink the pirate ships.
Sure.
Yeah,
All right.
Pirates are illegal. They are. That's yours.
Sorry, I watched
Facts.
this weird ass commercial.
You're a
Okay.
weird-ass
Well, we
commercial.
also got to plug our sponsors.
Woo!
Yeah, Five Guys, burgers,
Dubby.
and fries, Flintstone vitamins.
Nope. Dubby, which is a energy drink. Well, it's not an energy drink. It's a pre-workout
Or an
supplement.
energy drink.
And I mean, you can make it into that. And then
Newsflash,
Shank It
do not
Golf.
snort that.
Shank It Golf. If you use the code Cronio Media, you actually get 15% off.
Woo!
Has been lying to
And
you.
then if you go to Dubby and use that same code, again, all caps Cronio Media, get 10% off of your order.
Do not snort that.
You could possibly if you
Disclaimer.
want to.
Why not?
Up
That's
to the
what the code's
consumer.
for, but
Up to the
let's-
consumer, you know.
Leave
However you
that
want to do
Coke
it.
and hot Cheeto dust, you know.
Whatever floats your boat, you know. We're not held
my.
liable in any situation that you decide to do that. That is up
Correct.
to your
This
own.
disclaimer. You
Yep.
have to throw the word disclaimer, and it sounds more
Disclaimer.
But again, both
Disclaimer,
those places.
please do not snort it, but please buy Shank It Golf stuff because I shank it a lot.
Yeah, I need to
Man,
get some
I should
of
be
that.
on I should be on a commercial.
We should do
Literally
like,
just because
if,
of that. Because
if we come down for like if I come down
you
to
need
Omaha,
to come down.
yeah,
if I
exactly.
come down to
We live
Omaha,
I've
we
been
should
here.
all get our golf t-shirts and we should do like a no place
I don't
like
think you
Omaha
want
like
that.
film commercial.
I don't think you want that.
Why?
That would be really bad.
This is not acting at all. This is legitimately us playing golf,
It's bad.
dude. I
Oh.
finally broke 80, and then went on to
When?
play the
In
back
what?
nine.
We golf?
Oh no, I played the back 9. Then after that,
Oh.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
played
yeah.
just 9 holes and you broke 80. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, okay,
Same.
cool.
I still have not hit the links yet.
Well, neither. Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, It's still early in the season, but we got time.
I'm waiting.
All right. So again, since you're already here, please like and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. No Place Like Homaha. Again, you can find us on all podcasting platforms. Same thing. Please subscribe to our channel, all this kind of stuff. Make sure you go back and listen to previous episodes if you like to. We have some fantastic interviews that have been on. Just great people to talk to. Great information all around. Again, you can find us on TikTok and Twitter at Homaha Pod. That about covers
Yeah,
it.
Bruni, pitter patter, let's get at her.
Like our
Alrighty.
stuff.
Exactly.
Why are you so aggressive, bro? It's PG-13 podcast.
Share it with people.
Stop being
Let them
so
know.
aggressive.
Oh.
Well, we'll catch y'all next week.
Not unless I die.